And the part that
Et
hurt
le
me the
volet qui m'a le
most,
plus fait mal,
not because he's a
c'est pas parce
general
qu'il est
or because
général
he's
ou
an
parce que
American
c'est
or
un
whatever,
Africain ou quoi.
it's because
C'est parce que
he's
c'est
a black man. And it hurts a
ça
lot
fait
to
très mal
see that
de
a
voir qu'on
black man
utilise ces noirs
is being used to fight another black man. And it
et ça peut
didn't
pas se
start
passer
now.
maintenant. Faut pas que
That
ça
this
s'arrête.
has to stop. This so guys, guess what? Abraham Traoré responded directly to General Langley, who accused him of being a thief, and the Senate floor in the US that goes global. That clip went global when they accused Abraham Traoré of being a thief in the goal. Anyway, Abraham Traoré responded directly to him. Take a listen to this interview, and then we're gonna talk about it. Boom. In any case,
Donc,
we
pour
are
le
free to
volet
establish
de
relationship with
l'indépendance,
whoever we
c'est
want.
ça l'indépendance.
This is independence.
Donc,
So
sur
on
ce
this
volet, ils
aspect,
peuvent
we can
continuer
continue to think
à
what they
s'exprimer,
can continue to think what they
mentir
want. We will go do.
ou
We will go wherever we
pour
want.
que
That is to
le
provide
Canada
in
puisse être
partnership in any case a mutual beneficiary
beneficiaire
for
de
each
partage.
party. As for the
C'est pourquoi vous
statement,
l'avez dit,
as
on
you
a
said, we
protesté
protest through the Ministry
devant
of
le
Foreign
ministère
Affairs.
des Affaires étrangères,
That's
des
one
échanges.
thing, but I
Mais
don't
je ne
know
sais pas ce qui s'est
what
passé
happened to that general.
avec ce général.
There
Il y
is
a eu
still
un
a
souci.
problem, and I
Et je
hope
souhaite peut-être
he does the
qu'il
best
s'auto
job.
inculpe pas. Si on l'a
If we
envoyé,
s- and
il
he
doit dire qu'on
understood
a fait
that it
cette,
is not
la
the
bonne
right
mission.
mission, if he
Si
was
on l'a trompé,
deceived, let him
qu'il
say
le
it
dise
publicly, or
publiquement
if it
au
was
Sénat devant le
mistaken in
Sénat qu'il
front
s'est
of the
trompé.
Senate, or
Oui,
if it
aussi,
was
si
done
c'est
deliberately
une mauvaise
with
intention,
bad intentions.
bien,
Then we
nous
will
allons
confront him as we
on ne peut
must,
pas se faire
because
pousser
everything
direct.
he said, it's a
Si c'est du
lie.
mensonge,
And it's very
c'est
ugly
très
to
vilain de
see
voir
an
un adulte
adult lie,
mentir,
to see an
de voir un
adult
adulte
general officer
officier général
of a large
de
army
l'armée
lie.
mentir.
This is very serious. He
D'abord, il
talks
parle,
about it. He
il
talks
parle
about
de
the
l'ordre
about
qui
Burkina Faso
précède
order, which is
à
used
ce que nous
for
on
what we
utilise
use to
comme
protect ourselves and everything.
d'abord, c'est
First, it's
l'ordre
Burkina Faso's
de
order,
positionnement.
not his order.
Ça,
That's
c'est
the
la
first
première des
thing.
choses.
What
Après,
does
ça
it
ne
have to do
regarde
with him? It's none of
ça ne
his
regarde
business.
à rien.
This
C'est
is
le
Burkina
gouvernement, c'est
Faso. This
l'ordre
is the
qui
order of
prime, ça ne
Burkina. It's
regarde
none
pas
of his business.
deuxième
Second thing,
chose,
it
le mentir.
is
Parce que le Burkina
because
n'a pas
Burkina never had gold reserves until we
commencé chez
arrived.
nous, on arrive.
It was
C'est
we who
nous qui
started to
devons
reserve
commencer à
gold for
réserver
the
l'or au
Burkina
trésor du Burkina
treasury.
Faso.
Otherwise, there has not
Bien
a
sûr, il y a
single
eu des réserves
gram
au
of
Burkina.
gold in Burkina. That means he's a
Mais ça
liar
ne m'arrête
again.
pas encore.
And the other
Une
thing,
autre chose,
when he
quand
says
il
that
dit
we use it to
qu'on
protect
l'utilise pour
ourselves
ses
and
propres
everything,
intérêts,
we are
on
free.
est libre.
If the people
C'est
have
nous qui
decided
avons
that we
décidé
should
qu'on le gouverne.
govern them, we have our duty
Nous
to
avons le
protect
devoir de
ourselves.
nous protéger.
So we are
Donc,
free. What does it have to
à
do
quoi
with
ça nous
him?
regarde?
And the part that
Et
hurt
le
me the
volet qui m'a le
most,
plus fait mal,
not because he's a
c'est pas parce
general
qu'il est
or because
général
he's
ou
an
parce que
American
c'est
or
un
whatever,
Africain ou quoi.
it's because
C'est parce que
he's
c'est
a
un
black
Africain.
man. And it hurts a
Ça
lot
fait
to
très
see
mal
that
de
a
voir
black
qu'on
man
utilise ces noirs
is being used to fight another black man. And it didn't start now. This has to stop. This is very dangerous. Even in Libya, which they destroyed Libya, they still use the black man. In
Dans
movies
les
back in the
films, dans
day,
le temps, c'est
black
les
people
Noirs blancs.
always played
Noir,
the
c'est
bad
toujours
guy. We said
on s'est dit c'est dans le
to
film.
ourselves, it's the movies, but
Pourquoi les Noirs blancs
why
peuvent
do
pas
black
jouer
people
les
have to
vilains?
always play these bad roles? And I
Mais je
think that
pense que
if
s'il a entendu
he
cette
heard
interview,
this
il
interview,
doit se
he should
regarder
look in the
dans un
mirror,
miroir,
be ashamed,
avoir
come
honte,
out and say that,
sortir, dire
well,
que
I was
quand on
given
m'a
a
fait un
false
faux
report.
rapport, je
He
regrette.
must say it
Il doit
publicly
le dire
if it
publiquement
is a
que c'est
false
un faux
report.
rapport
We
on a
did
fait.
it
Parce
because
que
it
c'est
is
possible.
possible. It's
C'est
possible that
possible
we
qu'on ait
made a
fait un
false
faux
report
rapport
that
et qu'il ne soit
has to
jamais
come out
passé.
and
Je
said
le
because
sais
you
quand
followed.
je prends un
When
autre
I took
exemple.
our neighbor,
On
again,
a
as I said,
envoyé un
between black
honorable
men,
ministre de la
The
Défense
Ivory Coast Minister of
pour ses
Defense went
problèmes,
around
aller en
Turkey to
Turquie,
see the
voir le
Turkey
ministre de la
Minister
Défense
to
turc
Defense and
et lui
say
dire il n'est pas
he's
venu
not
pour
going to
ça.
sell us weapons.
Vous
You
voyez
see how
comment
it hurts?
ça fait mal.
When it's a black
Quand c'est
man
un noir qui
who
se
behaves like
positionne,
that,
ça fait
it
mal.
hurts a lot. Did
Est-ce
we
qu'on a
make a
fait un faux
false
rapport?
report?
Qu'il sorte
That
publiquement.
came out and
Et si
denied.
on l'a
If
envoyé
he was
pour
sent
créer
to
un
create a
problème au
problem in
Burkina,
Burkina Faso,
comme
as
les gens l'ont dit
usually,
tout à l'heure,
then we will
eh
get
bien,
ready
on
for
va
him.
s'apprêter.
We will wait for them because this
Parce
has
qu'il
to stop.
faut que ça s'arrête maintenant.
The black race
La
should
race noire
stop
ne doit
being
pas être
used to fight
utilisée
black
pour
people.
combattre les noirs.
And every time it's the
Chaque
same
fois,
thing.
c'est la même
It's
chose.
the same thing.
Et c'est ce qui,
What we regret,
et ça
it
nous a fait beaucoup de
really
mal.
hurt us to
Que ces
see that it
noirs
was a black man who
tiennent ces
made these
propos.
comments. It's
C'est vrai
true that they can
qu'ils
regret
veulent
it through
lutter par
several
plusieurs canaux. Ils essaient de
channels.
se
They are
défendre.
trying to make
Mais
up for
non,
it, but
ça a été
no,
dit
it has to be
publiquement.
said publicly.
Il faut
We
se
must
rattraper
make up for it
publiquement.
publicly. Well,
Voilà,
that's how it is
c'est
for us.
comme ça.
We are no
Et c'est
longer
un
in
peu
diplomatic
d'hypocrisie
hypocrisy.
diplomatique
As we like to
de
say,
dire
to
les
say
choses
things out loud and clear
aisément
and
et de
coming
venir
down
en
to
bas
say
dire
no, we
non, c'est
apologize,
ça,
we
non.
don't have anything,
Il
we
faut
have
le
to
dire
say it
publiquement.
publicly. So I
Donc,
invite them
chers
to
amis,
make up
attention
for
au
it
rapport,
and say
faut
it
le dire
publicly
publiquement.
because
parce que la
African
jeunesse
youths
africaine
have
comme on dit,
understood,
la
black
jeunesse
youth around the world have understood
a
that
compris
This manipulation is no longer acceptable. This is how it has always been, using false things to false hopes to achieve other objectives. That does not work anymore. So it's regrettable, but Burkina Faso remains in the remain. We will develop and forget to mention that we are doing for Burkina Faso what we are doing. No regime has ever achieved this social economic development of Burkina Faso, which has led to the construction of many health centers, the equipment for medical examinations, and the reduction of medical examining costs. Which regime did this? We are taking action on agriculture by plowing farmers' fields for free. Our production has increased, and who did it? The army. We are creating a new army. The Burkina army has never been so well supplied in terms of manpower and equipment as now it has done. No regime, in terms of employment, no regime has created as many jobs as we have. Industrialization, perhaps that is what is hurting, and it wants to stop, and it is necessary to invite them to review their copy. What I say, it's a big lie, and it's regrettable. So there you have it. So let me just say what his response to the General Langley first. He is accusing him of getting misinformation, which is obvious. But what hurt Ibrahim Traoré the most, and you can hear it in his voice, not the fact that he's an American or because he's a general, the fact that he's a black man attacking another black man. He's that what hurt him the most. And this is not the first time he's been attacked by his own. And this is mind boggling to understand. He drew a reference of what happened to Gaddafi in Libya, where President Obama is the one who joined forces and take out Gaddafi. So he's directly responsible for that. So that's what he was drawing a reference to, and I 100% agree with Ibrahim Traoré. I do not fear the white man because I know what to expect from them. But when you see your own betrayed you, it hurts and cuts even deeper because those are the ones you trust and look like the most, not to do, but they tend to be the most destructive for us. Some of our black brothers and sisters who are colonized, their mindset is colonized. Anyway, so let's talk about the goal. Before Abraham Traoré get in the power, there was no gold reserve in Burkina Faso. Matter of fact, they didn't have access to their own gold mines or to the gold because the gold was mined by the UK and the Canadian mining company that was mining both golds, and he bought them from these people and kicked them out. Paid them for the mine. I think like 31 million a piece he gave them. Then now he built his own gold refinery and start stockpiling gold in his gold reserve. Why? Because Abraham, Burkina Faso, and plus 13 other French colonies still using the CFA franc. That's the French currency. And what's going to happen now? When you're using a French currency that the French is making and giving it to you, you have to deposit 85% of your GDP in the French bank. And then the French government use that money and the stock market to make money for themselves and keep it. So they don't get the benefit from the money. Hence the reason why they are so lack of development before Abraham Traoré took over. So when Abraham Traoré took over, he stopped all of that. So he's now in the process of procuring their own gold refinery, but they're gonna mint their own currency, and so now they have to stockpile the gold to use as a backing for their for the new currency, which whenever time they come up with it. So that's a plus. So how is it General Langley get this information that eventually is stealing gold when he didn't have access to it in the first place until he built his own gold refinery and buy back the gold mines, and now he's stockpiling gold. But that's the thing; they don't want him to do this, so they're spreading this narrative that he's a thief to use that now as a Trojan horse or a strategy to go into Burkina Faso to basically derail the industrialization. So that's one, and two, he must protect himself. This guy they have attempted 20 times. You have 20 attempts on him in 3 years. 20 attempts on his life. Can you believe that? So of course he's gonna protect himself. So that's a non-starter. That's in himself. So the general, and interesting enough, if you listen carefully, they try to apologize to Abraham Traoré about what was said, but they were doing it privately through diplomatic channels. Abraham Traoré said, "No, I don't want that. You accuse me publicly of being a thief. You have to on the Sunday floor and it goes global. Now you have to go back on the Sunday floor and apologize publicly to me before I can accept it. You're not gonna use um diplomatic channels to say I'm sorry, it wasn't to appease me, and that's what he said. They was using diplomatic channels to say sorry. No, we don't want that. No more diplomatic hypocrisy, as he stated clearly and boldly. We want just also everyone globally here say I'm a thief. You need to say globally that I am. You're apologizing and you're sorry. You make a mistake. It was a bad intel you got. Just like what when um President Macron had stopped Air France from flying to Burkina Faso because and they tagged them at a war zone and a zone rouge, a red zone. Now they wanted to start back flight in Burkina Faso. Ibrahim Traoré said, nope, it's not gonna happen. For me, for you to return Air France flights to Burkina Faso because they were France was losing millions of dollars when they stopped the flight. I think 64 million, I think was the number they was losing. So anyway, so he said if you want to return flight to my country, you have to say it publicly. You made a mistake, and we're no longer we're not our red zone. So you see, they say things publicly and loudly, but when they want to apologize or they want to say it discreetly, no, keep the same energy. That's what Aaron Chori is basically saying. Keep the same energy. You accuse me publicly, apologize publicly. Point final. We don't want to hear no different. Oh, I'm sorry, but we get bad intel. No, say it publicly so the youth can hear it because that's what they use misinformation and this narrative to use it to denigrate black people. This is what they have been. This is one of the oldest tricks in the book, and Adam Chori is not having it. Hence the reason why he's one of the leading leaders we have ever seen ever through the history, apart from Thomas Sankara. 'Cause Thomas Sankara was on the same trajectory, except he was taken out. But that's why he's now being even more vigilant. So anyway, I love the fact that Adrian Chori actually answered and replied to this attack on his character directly because it shows you he's listening and hearing everything that's going on. He's not just doing things off the whim. He's actually paying attention. And I love the fact that he said that this have to stop. No, we have to stop black people attacking black people. And he's laid out some of the things he did. Industrialization of Burkina Faso, building hospitals, cutting the cost of exams and hospital costs drastically. Um, you literally said he plowed the fields for the farmers for free. Can you believe that? And the army is teaching the people and how to his government hired the most people, bar none, and they are training their young people as well with equipment, with technology and all of this to empower themselves, empower the youth to become um financially stable among themselves. And he's really working on the destabilization of some traitors who are trying to derail what he has been accomplishing for so far. Hence the reason why he attacked. He responded to General Langley directly. So anyway, let me know what you think about this. Do you love the fact that Adam Chori is standing 10 toes deep and calling out people who calling him a thief? And that's you basically trying to disrespect the man's character. We know the character that Adam Chori has. He's very transparent. He's very open, and he's very um. He have this great passion for his people, for love of his black people and Africa and a whole. And as he said, this must come to an end. We as black people need to start stick together and stop fighting against each other. Stop getting paid to be to tell lies. Basically, what he's basically saying. Don't be fooled by the imperialists. Stay strong. You don't know. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. As always, tell a friend. Boom. Oh, before I go, I'm gonna create a WhatsApp group. I'm gonna put my WhatsApp group number so you can if you want me to talk about something, or if you want me to shout it, or or if you want to contact me for any reason, I'll put the you can contact me via my WhatsApp or my email address, which I'll put on the screen for you guys. Thanks for watching. Boom.